So, welcome back to me talking about whatever. Basically, I'm just gonna be talking about firearms. Which is truly like my passion in life is firearms. Fuck, sorry. And to put it this way, since I was young, I've always had this like just want to talk to, like just have somebody to talk to about this. And that's what I'm gonna be doing. So, oh, it's telling me to go to the end. So, to put it this way, I have something I want to bring up. Something I really want to talk about because it kind of irks me. If I remember when I was younger, it wasn't it's not illegal, but it's not easy to get your hands on it. I can't get one anymore. But it was owning open bolt weapons. I have always had a interest in them. And I mean, you could name it, and I had an interest in it. And I remember I saw somebody who had a Sten, and I got to hold it when I was younger. I thought that was so cool. But he had to get rid of it when they passed the law that you couldn't own them without a tax stamp. So, oh, what does he say?
Six bugs in alphabetical order, starting with Carabus auronitis and ending with a dessert of Tetrix antellata. The information I've uncovered from my automated deciphering has me closing in on the location of this event. An event I believe to be the opening of the vault. Echo Recorder and I are not together anymore, but I wish him the best, and day 616.
Well, since I'm probably gonna speedrun getting these, I don't give a shit anymore. So,
The transmission said it's time to go.
I,
Everyone has left, except the criminals who they've let loose. They won't be my friends. So I had decided to return to leave as Dahl has ordered, but then I found something. I think it is the key to the vault. It proves the vault is real, and that it's here on Pandora and day 600.
alright, sorry, I lose track easy.
I've been alone for an incalculable amount of time. A convict
And,
accidentally over into my encampment this morning, and I allowed him to look about before I shot him in the back several times. I was immediately filled with regret upon doing this, because the human contact, no matter how awkward, would have been nice. I've decided his name was Leslie, and he had a troubled childhood where people would make fun of him for having a girl's name. And the torment eventually led Leslie to a life of crime and debauchery. There was a tattoo on his phone
the,
that was not unlike the name Patricia. Might have imagined the tattoo. The experience compelled me to move the vault. Day 684. I seem to be unable to leave camp anymore.
back to what I was saying.
All of the information I need to be able to
Basically,
I'm overcome with
I had it, that's just the kind of stuff at,
to leave my
like,
confines. I believe I have some kind of psychosis. Whatever
I
it is,
was,
I'm a prisoner of my own jail, and I will not be able to find anything without help from an outside party. I will put out feelers to see if I can get someone on this rock to grant me assistance. Perhaps I can send an off-world message to attract some vault hunters. Some company would be lovely.
huh. So, to put it this way, I always thought like the BAR, the Uzi, the Thompson, well not really the Thompson, the Stens, every Sten you can think of.
Day 718.
I
I
always thought it
woke
was
up
cool.
outside the camp today. I don't know how I got
And
outside, but
now
I seem to have overcome my inability to
I
leave. This
I
will be my
can't
last
find.
recording before I
I
scatter the echo recording
I would
files.
have to have my dad do the tax stamp.
My echo
But don't get me
has
wrong.
clearly gone crazy, and if I'm not careful, I too
It's
might go insane. I will come back and
odd in
record
its
my
own
message
right.
when I have rid myself of the timing recorder. This is Patricia
But
Tannis, signing out.
That's like, ooh, that's kind of like that kind of spurred a lot, not spurred, stirred a lot of things in me when I was younger. Was the fact of, oh, that looks cool. So things like, let's say like the Browning BAR. When I turned 14, I discovered that firearm, and I had a interest in learning about it. And that's what I did. I learned about that. I learned about the cold fucking monitor, all that shit. Mm. And the Colt monitor led to the guns they used to kill Bonnie and Clyde. And if I remember, it's called the Remington Model 8. Led me to the interest of the real first, like, carbines at the US used. And then that led to the M1 carbine, which led to the use of them being used from Korea all the way to the South Vietnamese during Vietnam. And that it kind of like spiraled. And I mean, I learned about most of those guns in 1 week. Literally, I no-liked it. And then that led to the love of the FN FAL, which is like literally my dream gun is a FNG1 FAL. And then that led to like me learning about the STG 58, STG 57, and when I say spiraled, I spiraled into learning. And when that led to the like in 2024, my mother has some mental health issues which led to me being home alone a lot because my dad had to work and then she was doing classes for her mental health during all day because they'd leave at 5 a.m. My dad had to be at work at 5, so they'd leave at like 4 something. My mom would go to these classes, and that led to I had so much free time on my hands, and I just learned and learned and learned, and it got to the point where I learned so much, and that's all I had to talk about. I remember it was like my dad would be like, he'd come home and he'd be like, "Oh, how was your day?" And I was like, "Good, good. I learned about this, 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 and this." And I remember he was like, "Holy shit, we don't leave you alone that much." And I was like, "From the time y'all leave, I learn." And I mean, I would sit there and watch Forgotten Weapons for hours on end. Come on. Sorry, I hate controllers. Whoa. I it's been a long time since I've done this. I'm dead, yeah. Alright, so, but that's kind of what, like, to put it this way, started a lot of things for me. And, like, I mean, like, I learned about, like, the L1A1, the bits, stuff like that. And, like, I thought guns like the M3 Grease gun were cool, don't get me wrong. But it wasn't the same to me as a... It didn't, like... Like, yeah, there's the... To put it this way, I would look at those guns, right? And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's just the 45 automatic. Fucking open bolt. What's it called? SMG. Like, that's not cool. But oh, the Johnson rifle? That shit was awesome. And I just grew this love for firearms. And, like, even nowadays, I thought about getting into, competition shooting. Like, competition skeet. Because I think that'd be something I would love to be able to tell my kids. Oh, yeah, I used to do this competition, stuff like that. I would love to be able to do that. Because I love my dad to death. But he never did anything like that. And I've made it clear since I'm younger. Like, yeah, I want to learn how to be a mechanic to an extent. But that's not who I am. Since I was younger, I've even said that. Like, yeah, I think mechanics are cool. But do I think that's my life? No. Like, that's not me. God. Oh my god, that's so much better right there. Then my 3-round burst, that's better. And but like I since I was really, really young, it felt like I've always had like this, like I was always drawn to everything else but cars. Like I think cars are cool, like I'm learning about them now. Like I'm a huge Plymouth fan, like that's the company I care to learn about the most, to be honest. If somebody put a Plymouth car in front of me, I could tell you what the fuck it is. But you put this model of, like, this slightly rare model of Ford, or I didn't even know what the Ford Lightning was until like a week ago. So you kind of get what I'm saying. It's not him or anything. Nah, it's just that's not my interest. This is awesome sauce. But to put it this way, I believe I I will probably learn the basics. I would like to be able to learn how to, I don't know. We'll see where I get. Because my dad told me that in his eyes I ain't an adult until I'm 20. So I guess I still got a lot of learning to do. And that's the thing, I don't know how to put it. I love I just I love to learn. That's it. I love history. It doesn't matter if it's firearms or whatever. You could teach me about something stupid and I'll learn about it. But stuff like that's why I'm not political. Is because I know my history of this world and I we're just repeating it. At the end of the day, that's all we're doing. And that's why I'm not political. So, but I'm not gonna continue on that topic. But, you know what? I'm happy with, like, the life I'm living. And I would never trade it for a different life, to put it that way. And when I was younger, I used to think California was so cool, and then I learned that the homeless rate there is not too far from mine, and I kind of want to get away from homeless people. Jesus Christ! I gotta turn my headset down. God, this gun shreds. But, like I was saying, when it comes down to firearm history too, like it doesn't matter if I can own it or not. I want to learn about it. Like, I know you can own these, but like the Bear 50 cal, I don't have any interest in that. But like, oh, these old 20 millimeters at like the Swedish and the Russians use, yeah, I'll learn about that. Things that aren't things that I won't see in real life. I'd rather learn about because like how do I put it? It's just I don't know. The bear, I've got to see it in person. My local gun store gets them in frequently. I think since I was 15, they constantly have Barrett M82s in stocks, oddly enough. That's really a weird sentence. I know how it sounds, but they have an HK91. Or, what's it called? The HK, what was that gun called? I'm trying to think. It's roller delayed. Um, God, I need to heal for a second. I'm just gonna sit here and heal. I think it was the PTR 91, maybe. God, this gun shreds. Sorry, I'm responding to a text. No, it's not the P. Oh, what was it? Not the PTR. What is my friend talking about? What is he talking about? Sorry, my friend's texting me about some bullshit. I'll respond to his text later. He's like, sorry, my friend's blowing my phone up. Um, but like, a good example of it though was, it was the Nuremberg massacre, the Nuremberg Olympics massacre. The fact that there was a rifle at H&K made that had the accuracy of a bolt action, but with the fire rate of a semi-auto. And that shows when a country is strained and well under strain and under the pressure of a situation like that happening, these firearms companies can just develop something that can literally change the way of life. Like, especially when you think about this is when East Germany and West Germany were not friends and there was communism. You know, that's when it's like they had to worry about going to war on their own grounds virtually. Like, think about that. We had the Civil War, yes, don't get me wrong. But we never had anything like that really besides the Civil War. Which our firearms companies, if it wasn't for the Civil War, cartridges in copper cases, who knows, could never have existed. It was the fact that they did it out of necessity as shit like this happened. And that's why, like, it just baffles me, you know? Does this open up straight to Tannis? No. Well, yeah. But, I don't know how to put it besides, like, the idea of that stuff is cool. But you know what? Yeah. Uh, I just, I just love it. I don't know. Call me weird. I just love it. But you know what? I think I'm gonna end this video off here. I'll catch y'all.